Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we're diving into a really fascinating stack of sources, stuff that promises to turn everything you thought you knew about professional networking, about sales,
Right.
well, pretty much turn it on its head.
It really does.
You know how we love finding those shortcuts, right?
Yeah.
Getting you well informed, finding those surprising facts, maybe a little humor.
Keep things interesting.
Exactly. So our mission today is to unpack this system, apparently born from desperation, refined through obsession, and proven across hundreds of cases, all centered around LinkedIn. We're talking generating leads, closing deals, building recurring revenue,
Yeah.
but without all those traditional sales tactics that, let's be honest, a lot of us dread.
Yeah. And what's so compelling, I think, about this deep dive is how it just pulls back the curtain on a really systematic, data-driven approach to something most people think is, intuitive or maybe just painful, the sales process.
Right. Gut feel.
Yeah. And instead, it's about looking at LinkedIn, which, okay, a lot of people still see as just a resume database, right?
Right.
And transforming it, making it a predictable revenue engine. We'll be exploring how this one individual, driven by what the sources call a biological need to track everything,
Wow.
meticulously built and tested these models that fundamentally change how businesses get customers.
Okay, let's unpack that journey then, because the origin story itself sounds pretty wild. Our sources talk about this creator who, after 2 corporate terminations,
Get this.
one for automating away half his department's jobs. Can you believe that?
That's bold.
Finds himself in real estate. And suddenly he's facing everything he absolutely hated. Cold calling, door knocking, those awkward networking events.
Oh, the worst.
It was, and I'm quoting here, a disaster. So this monumental frustration, these failures, what did they actually teach him? Besides, that it's painful.
Well, that's a great question because those early failures, they sort of became the crucible for this really unique approach. It forced a shift, a radical one, away from those traditional, often pretty inefficient outreach methods and towards a deep, data-driven analysis of where professionals actually do business and how they do it. It's a powerful reminder, I think. Sometimes our biggest setbacks, well, they're actually our greatest data points. They force innovation.
And the breaking point. The sources mentioned an $80,000 accident that changed everything.
Yeah, that one's memorable.
He'd spent weeks preparing for this corporate lunch and learn, right? Only 10% of the employees showed up.
Ouch.
Can you just imagine looking at a room, mostly empty chairs, enough sandwiches to feed an army? Feeling like a total failure.
Yeah, demoralizing.
But for him, that pattern-seeking, system-building part of his brain just kicked into overdrive. It wasn't just a missed opportunity. It was like a huge data signal. Traditional methods not working.
Exactly, a flashing red light.
So what does this whole backstory mean for LinkedIn then? Because it turns out it's not just for job seekers or finding old colleagues anymore, is it?
Not at all. The sources have some truly wild data points about why it just completely outperforms traditional methods, especially for revenue generation.
Okay, lay it on us.
The contrast the research found is, well, it's stark. The data clearly shows LinkedIn users are professionals, right, with professional budgets. They have 2 times the buying power of users on other social platforms.
2 times. Wow.
Yeah, and to put a number on it, the average deal size this creator got from LinkedIn was $27,000. Compare that to $12,000 from traditional marketing. That's what? 125% increase.
That's huge, not just marginal.
No, it's a fundamental shift. It shows where the real business is actually happening.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting for me and probably for anyone frustrated with those long, slow sales cycles. Faster trust building.
This is key.
The sources say a complete LinkedIn profile, work history, recommendations, all that can build more trust than 5 in-person meetings.
5. Think about the time saved.
And get this. Prospects found on LinkedIn were 3 times more likely to sign contracts on the first meeting.
3 times.
That just seems incredible. What is it about LinkedIn that accelerates trust that much? More than face-to-face?
Yeah, it's a great point. And it really comes down to the platform's design, its inherent nature. Unlike, say, other social media, LinkedIn profiles are basically living resumes, living portfolios.
Right, verifiable stuff.
Exactly. Backed by work history, you can see public recommendations, endorsements. You can essentially vet someone before you even talk to them.
Ah, okay. So it's pre-qualification.
Totally. That level of professional transparency, it pre-qualifies and it pre-builds credibility.
Yeah.
It just collapses that traditional trust-building timeline because prospects have confidence right from the start. It's like, I don't know, having 5 glowing reference checks before you even say hello.
That makes sense. And then there's the big one. Customer acquisition cost. CAC. How much it costs to get one paying customer.
Always a critical number.
Traditional businesses, the sources say, often see CAC around $1,100 per customer. Like, spend $11,000, get 10 customers.
That's about right for many industries.
But on LinkedIn, using organic reach, maybe Sales Navigator or some smart automation, the CAC can plummet down to as low as $407.60 for the same 10 customers.
Let me just repeat that. From $1,100 down to around $400. That's a, 63% reduction?
Yeah, 63% reduction. And that's before you even factor in this thing they call the LinkedIn CAC multiplier effect.
Yes, the multiplier.
Where each new customer apparently brings in about 0.7 new customers organically. So almost another free customer for every one you acquire.
That compounding effect is powerful. And the sources give a great real-world example, right? Digital Dynamics.
They do. This marketing agency, Digital Dynamics, they slashed their CAC. Went from $3,286, which is high, down to just $312.
Right.
Simply by switching to this LinkedIn money model.
And their recovery time.
Right. The time to get their money back from acquiring a customer went from 73 days down to just 14 days.
14. That really shows how just choosing the right platform strategically can dramatically boost your bottom line, your profitability. It speeds everything up.
And get this. There's a CAC recovery timeline comparison chart in the sources. Traditional marketing, it shows, usually breaks even in like 60 to 90 days.
Standard stuff.
The LinkedIn money model hits profitability in 7 days.
7, yeah.
Through something the creator calls compression through parallel processing. Basically using multiple automated touch points at the same time to move prospects through the funnel way faster.
Okay, so multiple angles of attack simultaneously. Makes sense.
So, okay, these results sound amazing, almost too good to be true sometimes. How do you actually do it? It's built on these 4 pillars of the LinkedIn money models.
The framework.
Apparently, our creator stumbled onto this. And interestingly, it lines up perfectly with Alex Hormozi's principles for building, $100 companies.
Which is fascinating in itself.
The pillars are attraction, upsell, downsell, and continuity.
Right. And these aren't just like separate tactics you pick and choose from. They're strategically sequenced. They're different types of offers that work together. They create this self-reinforcing money machine.
How so?
Well, each pillar kind of feeds the others. It creates this compounded cycle of value. So just briefly, attraction grabs the new attention, right? Upsell increases value for existing clients. Think higher tiers, extra services. Downsell gives a valuable option for those maybe not ready for the main thing, but keeps them in your world.
Keeps them engaged.
Exactly. And continuity. That's the big one for predictability. Turns those one-time deals into recurring revenue.
Got it. Let's dive into pillar 1 then. Attraction. This is about getting attention, but without begging or being overly salesy.
Which is key on LinkedIn. People hate the hard sell there.
Totally. The sources found that posts, giving stuff away, free guides, resources, whatever, got 10 times the engagement of direct sales posts.
10 times.
And here's the kicker. The people engaging with those free offers, they were more likely to actually buy later on.
So the free stuff isn't just noise, it's pre-qualifying interest.
Seems like it. And LinkedIn's algorithm apparently rewards these kinds of attraction offers. Challenges, maybe viral-ish posts, genuinely useful free stuff. It's like the platform itself wants you to give value first.
Which makes sense for keeping the platform professional and valuable.
A prime example they give is the Win Your Money Back LinkedIn Challenge.
Ah, the challenge model. I like this one.
Inspired by a gym model, apparently. Professionals pay a small fee, say $497 to join. If they hit a specific goal, like booking 10 qualified meetings in 30 days, boom, they get their money back. Brilliant, isn't it?
It really is. And the psychology behind it is so insightful. You're leveraging professional competitiveness, right? You get social proof amplification as people share results. And there's this success paradox. More winners actually means more revenue.
How does that work?
Because the data showed 68% of the winners reinvested that money back into upsell offers. They moved deeper into the ecosystem. So it's a win-win. Even those who lose the challenge still get value from participating.
Okay, that makes sense. And the results?
Can be staggering. One law firm example, Prescott & Associates, used this model. Generated 15 calls, closed 8 clients, saw $240,000 in revenue from it.
Wow. From one challenge. And this is where the automation part comes back in, right? The creator's obsession.
Yeah. Yep. A tool called LinkyBot handled things like the welcome messages, daily tasks for the challenge, mid-challenge check-ins. It automated a ton of the heavy lifting.
Okay, automation is key. Now, let's jump to another pillar 4, continuity. This is about moving past one-off deals to ongoing relationships and, crucially, recurring revenue.
The holy grail for so many businesses, right? Predictable income.
Definitely.
And this raises that vital question, how do you actually shift from that feast or famine project cycle to something steadier?
Yeah.
The sources show how LinkedIn groups can be turned into these quite robust membership models. Imagine, say, a 3-tier structure: foundation, acceleration, inner circle groups,
Okay.
costing anywhere from maybe $97 a month up to $2,500 a month. But these aren't just chat groups, they're curated communities offering real ongoing value.
So value is the key to retention. And they have a case study.
They do. David Chen, a consultant, he went from making $20K a month, but working 80-hour weeks, just grinding.
In there.
Yeah, to achieving $51,000 MRR monthly recurring revenue in just 6 months.
51,000 MRR. That's huge.
And he did it working only 30 hours a week, all through this membership model on LinkedIn.
What were the hidden multipliers there?
Great question. A stellar 94% monthly retention rate, which is amazing, and 34% of his new members came directly from referrals within the group. It just shows the power of building that recurring value in community.
Okay, so attraction gets them in, continuity keeps them paying and referring.
Uh-huh.
But how does this scale? How does it become something anyone can do, not just this obsessed data nerd?
Right. And that's where the AI comes in, specifically this tool LinkyBot. It acts as this acceleration layer over the whole ecosystem.
Acceleration layer, I like that.
Yeah. And stepping back, thinking bigger picture, AI isn't just an add-on here. It becomes the invisible sales team.
Invisible sales team.
It significantly reduces or maybe even eliminates the need for traditional SDR sales development reps. You know, the people doing the prospecting, qualifying, setting appointments.
Okay.
Well, LinkyBot, for instance, can handle 500 prospects a day, apparently with 94% accuracy. It can send 1,000 messages with an 8.2% response rate, manage unlimited qualification conversations simultaneously. The scale is just immense.
That level of output is hard to fathom for a human team. Let's talk cost.
Okay. Human SDR, ballpark figure from the sources, around $6,907 a month.
Right.
LinkyBot, doing a huge chunk of that job, maybe even more consistently, $997 a month.
That's an 80% cost reduction.
80% for 247 performance. But, and this is important, does this mean sales roles are just gone? Is the future all AI?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is it just robots selling to robots?
Uh-huh, not quite. And that's exactly where the ethical framework the creator emphasizes comes in. It's crucial.
Okay, what's the framework?
3 core principles. Transparency above all. Every AI interaction has to be clearly identified as AI. No tricking people.
Okay.
Value before volume. Only engage when you're actually providing genuine value, not just spamming. And human dignity, always. AI augments human judgment. It doesn't replace it. It handles the repetitive stuff.
So it's augmentation, not replacement.
Precisely. Think of it like having an incredibly efficient, tireless sales assistant. It frees up humans for the strategy, the empathy, the complex relationship building, the stuff AI still can't really do.
Okay, that makes more sense. And this LinkyBot doesn't just send messages, right? It has conversations.
Yeah, that's the mind-blowing part. After analyzing, get this, 847,000 LinkedIn conversations. It's learned optimal response patterns. It handles objections, asks qualifying questions, and autonomously books appointments.
It books the meetings itself.
Yep. One example showed it booking 12 to 15 meetings daily with less than 10% human intervention needed. It's like an automated, intelligent conversation partner for sales.
Okay, wow. We've seen the vision. The data seems compelling. The AI layer adds massive scale. Now, for you listening, how do you actually start this?
The practical steps.
Right. Our sources lay out a comprehensive 30-day launch plan, described as $127,000 worth of consulting condensed into a blueprint.
High praise. So the natural question is, what can you realistically get done in 30 days?
What can you?
Well, the plan apparently needs about 2-3 hours a day. It walks you through everything. Optimizing your profile, setting up Sales Navigator correctly, creating that first attraction offer, maybe a challenge, maybe a giveaway.
The Killer One stuff.
Exactly. And even starting to implement the upsell, downsell, and continuity models. It really is pitched as a step-by-step guide to turn your LinkedIn profile from, a static page into a revenue machine.
Is there an example of someone doing this 30-day plan?
There is. Mitchell Brooks, a fractional CFO, started with only 478 connections, making $0 from LinkedIn.
Okay, pretty typical starting point for many.
Right. After 30 days following this plan, he had 127 new relevant connections, 23 actual conversations started, 8 people registered for his attraction offer, his challenge.
Nice. Any clients?
Yes. Closed 2 clients at $7,500 each. Leveraged 4 downsells for smaller engagements. And launched his fractional CFO membership, the Continuity Piece, with 3 initial charter members paying $1,997 a month.
Okay, let's tally that up.
The total revenue he generated in just those 30 days was $23,879.
From basically zero on LinkedIn 30 days earlier. That's the blueprint in action, I guess.
That's what the sources suggest, yeah.
You know, we started this deep dive talking about desperation, frustration.
The $80,000 sandwich incident.
Right. But what we've ended up uncovering is this. Well, truly transformative approach to LinkedIn. It goes way beyond just networking. It's about building a predictable, scalable revenue ecosystem, powered by data, accelerated by AI.
It really is about shifting from that unpredictable hunt for clients
The grind.
to more systematic, profitable farming. It completely reframes what's possible on a platform most professionals use daily, but maybe not strategically.
Yeah, not to its full potential.
And I think a key takeaway here really is that the future of business isn't just about working harder, is it? It's about building smarter systems. This deep dive shows that if you embrace a systematic approach, if you leverage intelligent automation smartly and ethically, you can free yourself up from so much repetitive grind. You get to focus on what only humans can do well. Creativity, strategy, genuine connection.
Reclaiming your time, focusing on higher value work.
Exactly.
So as you go about your week, here's something to think about. What would it mean for your business, for your work, if LinkedIn wasn't just a place to connect, but was an autonomous revenue engine? Running 24/7, bringing in qualified leads, making that next credit card statement maybe arrive with a bit of a smile.
Imagine the freedom.
Imagine the freedom and the growth that could bring to your professional life. Something to chew on?